Recently I made this 3-inch hexacopter, and based on the experiences I had gained designing and making this frame, I wanted to make a 5-inch freestyle frame. So here it is. It is a 250 size frame with a true X configuration. It is designed for 5-inch props, but it can also fit 6-inch props, but there is very little clearance. Then it can mount a micro cam in the front with a full-sized lens, and it has 4mm thick arms, so it's a very rigid frame, and it comes in at 160 gram with everything on it, so the GoPro mount, the camera mount, and the battery strap. So I decided to go with angled arms because I already experimented with it on this 3-inch frames. The reason why I came up with this is because with regular vertical arms that are mounted at 90 degrees, you can have a little wiggle because the tolerances have to be very tight at the base of the arm. So that's why I decided to mount them at an angle. So when you squeeze on the top and bottom plate, you will actually force the arm into a bigger angle, so it will lock itself into place, and the tolerances of the slots doesn't really matter that much. So the arms on this frame are angled at 13 degrees. This also means that the body is angled at 13 degrees because the motors are mounted vertically on the ends of the arms, and this has several advantages. One of them is that it is more streamlined if it's going at a slow pace forward, and the GoPro mount can be at a lower angle because there is already a 13-degree angling, and this means that there is more room at the back to toilet tank a battery, even though it's a very tiny top plate. But if you run a big battery, you can also mount it at the bottom. That's why the flight controller can also be mounted at the top, so there won't be any screws poking into your battery. And there is a lot of room in the center and some room at the back to mount your VTX, and plenty of room for a micro camera at the front of the frame. I have already flown it. I've also already crashed it, and it's still in one piece. I even broke a motor bell crashing this thing, so I've crashed it reasonably hard already. And it flies pretty amazing because of the vertical arms, and I haven't experienced any vibrations or resonance yet, which is mainly one of the big issues with vertical arm frames. They tend to wiggle at high vibrations, and it's good that it doesn't have that. Then there are already a couple of things I want to change with this frame, since it is just a prototype. One of the things is the spacing at the mounting of the arm. This has to go a little bit wider because I am already starting to crack the frame, because you really have to squeeze on the top and bottom plate. So I'll already change that. And then another thing I was trying to do is make the arms interlock at the front, but the tolerances have to be really good for it to be able to do so. So I'm gonna ditch that because it's already very solid without it, so I don't think I'll need it. Then there is quite a bit of prop in view, which is one of the big downsides of this frame. So I even see some of the motors in the GoPro view, so I'm going to move the entire front section forward a bit. I will bring the GoPro forward and the battery as well, so then I won't be able to see as much props. This is with a total angle of 28 degrees, which is fairly low, but still. Then I also want to move the back out a little bit more, because there is not that much room for a VTX to fit inside. I am using a tramp on it. Then that's about it. I like it already, but time will tell if it's actually any good. So that's it.